Hi there. Yes, I am recording this from my car because it seems to be the only place I can get some privacy and quiet to do this video. I wanted to quickly record this video. It's totally unplanned and I have a few notes here, but pretty much I'm just going to be talking just like that, impromptu to you. So this video is actually a story. Actually, it's a personal, highly personal story that I decided to share after talking to someone yesterday, and I was inspired to share it because I think that it is precisely during tough times that we need to be a bit more transparent and share what we're going through, because we realize when we do that that actually many of us are going through very similar challenges, although our circumstances might be different. So what I'm going to be sharing about is a few tips, a few things I'm doing to stay resilient and specifically in the right state of mind to kind of weather what we're going through at the moment, and also specifically also about being financially resilient. Because I think a lot of us now are worried about what this whole global pandemic and what it's going to be doing to the global economy and of course to our jobs and our livelihoods. That's going to cause a lot of stress and worry to many of us who are then worried about losing our jobs or our businesses revenues drying up. So this is what happened to me recently. My company was recently acquired by another company. So as with any acquisition, any merger, any acquisition, we expect some, job losses and some, certainly some job insecurity. And, at my company, it was no different. However, because I'm a leadership facilitator and I've been told that, we wanted to align two companies together and there would be a lot more training that we would be bringing about in terms of training the leaders on both companies with a common kind of set of leadership values and language, at least immediately, my role would still be needed. But that was before COVID-19, the pandemic. And with what's happening now with the pandemic that's pretty much exploded around the world, many countries are in lockdown, and it really has impacted a lot of businesses, including the company where I work at. So recently, I received news that my job was going to my salary was going to be cut. And along with that, one way of doing that was to go part-time. So it's a significant cut. And of course, when I first heard the news, immediately my response was fear, worry. I worried about how we're going to pay the bills, because I'm the one with the regular pay. My husband's self-employed, and he's been also severely impacted because he's not able to travel, and where a lot of his customers are overseas. So that has, immediately that, made me feel really quite anxious, quite worried, and I was in a little bit of a state of shock. And for the next few days, I think it was almost a week, I was actually, quite down and having a lot of negative thoughts, driven by fear, driven by uncertainty, driven by a sense that not knowing how things were going to turn out. And so, I decided that at some point that's got to stop. And so here are the things I wanted to share, right? How do we overcome a challenge? How do we stay strong and resilient in the face of no matter what challenge you might be facing? And I came up with a few things. So after I got the news and heard that, I might actually have to significantly reduce my salary, I allowed myself, Susan David talks about this in Emotional Agility, that our emotions, we don't have to label them as good, bad, negative, or positive, that we do need to feel the full range of emotions, because our emotions are signposts for us. What are the lessons we need to learn? And so I did allow myself about a week, I think it was about a week, to feel all of those, what we always call negative emotions, right? Fear, worry, stress, anxiety, uncertainty. And but then after that, I decided, look, I've got to stop thinking this way. I've got to turn those thoughts around, because I knew, having studied this topic for quite some time now, that our thoughts we are in control of our thoughts, the thoughts that are going on in our mind. If we're conscious about it, we can actually turn a negative thought, an unconstructive, destructive thought, into a positive one simply by making a decision to do so. And so I decided I will not let a challenge like that get the better of me and drive me to fear, to worry and anxiety. Instead, I am going to change my thoughts and make them more constructive. So I started thinking about, where's the opportunity in this? With this potential scaling down of salary, it came along also with me going part-time, which meant I would have more time with the kids, which is what they have been asking for, more time to spend on my side business, which is something I've always felt so challenged by, because I never seem to have enough time to do all the things I want to do to build the business, to roll out the programs, to get the platforms, the online and the mobile platforms going. And now I'm going to have the time, or at least I'm going to have more time to do that. And also, it would also give me a chance to, it's really a push for me to really prioritize what's important. I mean, financially, with the reduction in the income that was going to be coming in, my husband and I would really have to think about what's really priority, what's really important right now financially. And so without this, we probably have just rolled along life and probably won't really have to, be forced to work on this, on all of these. It also would mean that, it's an opportunity also for me as I build the business. I would be learning new skills, learning new technology, and really stretch our creativity in terms of making money, in terms of generating the lost income during these very challenging times. So it's not, when you change your thoughts and focus on the positives and focus on the opportunities, that generates the kind of feelings of excitement, exhilaration, and that thought and feeling combined then drives your actions, and those actions then drive the results. So it would, I decided that I will work on my mental, emotional, and spiritual state of mind. So I choose to be grateful for everything I have. So the fact that I'm in a country like Singapore with world-class public healthcare system, transparent government, swift to respond, I feel safe in this country, and I'm also very grateful that I still have, electricity, clean running water, very comfortable roof over our heads, a car, which of course now, considering things, we might look at how we're going to have to manage that. But certain things for sure will need adjustment. But I choose to look at the things I have rather than the things that I don't have. And I choose to be grateful for the things that I have rather than to feel lack and a sense of, scarcity and worry and fear. And I also choose to believe that this is happening for a good reason, as in not the pandemic and not people getting sick, but I mean the whole part-time deal thing. It's happening for a good reason. Maybe this is a chance for me to really get the business off the ground, the thing that I really love doing, which is training, even though it's not something that's a viable option right now at work. It's something that I truly, truly believe in, and I love doing. I love sharing ideas. I love teaching, and I love engaging with my students. And so maybe this is really a good opportunity for me to do more of that than I ever had time for, Before I never used to have enough time to do all of this. And now maybe it's the time that I have. And so I just want to encourage you also to think about the times when if you are going through a tough time right now, think about all the other times when you've gone through a challenge in life. And what was the unexpected, often is unexpected, positive outcome that came from that? For me, I know that I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if also not for a previous restructuring that kind of forced me to be a trainer. And that's how I discovered that I really love doing this and I enjoy it, and it's something I can do well. And I wouldn't have come to that conclusion without the challenge. Same thing with our business debt from the cafe that we were running. I wouldn't be so obsessed about financial independence and financial resilience if I don't have, if I wasn't forced to look at our financials, pay off the debt, be really smart about making money, and take an interest in money and investing. And I wouldn't be where I am today if not for those challenges. So whatever that it is that we're going through right now, that no matter how difficult it is, I would suggest that we try to find the opportunities, try to find the lessons, and have faith that something good will come out of it, that there will be an unexpected, unforeseen positive outcome that will come from this challenge as well. So I just want to quickly summarize, just a few key points to remind everyone that challenges are part and parcel of everyone's lives, no matter how famous and no matter how rich and famous you are, or just a normal everyday person. We all go through challenges in life. The most important thing is how we are responding to it. And it's a lot easier said than done when you're right in the middle of the challenge, right? I mean, honestly, I definitely still feel the worry, the fear, and the anxiety, for sure, I do. But also not to suppress those feelings. Yes, feel it, experience those negative emotions completely, but have a time where you have to just stop, and you just have to flip it around and reframe and look at what are the opportunities that are there. Switch those thoughts to look at what are the things that you can do, what are the potentialities that are there. So you, at some point, you just have to stop those negative emotions and look at the constructive things that you can do, the constructive thoughts that you can have, and those feelings, those positive feelings and energy will then come as a result of it, that will drive your actions, that will get you the results, right? Because if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen, right? And finally, I just also wanted to remind everyone that there's a lot of, I watch the news and social media feeds about the whole pandemic, and it's just too much at some point in time. I just want to remind everyone to be conscious about who you are surrounding yourself with, what you're surrounding yourself with, the kinds of news that you're exposing yourself to, and only take in the stuff that is, of course, necessary to keep yourself safe and healthy. Maybe you can get a more neutral friend or family member who you can trust, who will give you a more neutral view on things than the very negative spin that I see in media generally right now. Okay, and the second other thing to do is to take care of yourself. Of course, I think we all know that, but besides the precautions that we've been asked to do, like social distancing and working from home, continue to stay connected through videos. Aren't you just so grateful for technology that we can do this despite not being able to see each other in close physical proximity? Stay connected, stay healthy, do what you need to do to keep your mind and your energy levels high and positive. Eat well, eat healthy, exercise, meditate, do your gratitude journaling, listen to good music, uplifting music, and take care. And I really hope that me sharing this story, my own story of what I'm going through right now, helps somebody to know that you're not alone. Many people probably will be going through the uncertainties, job insecurities, and we are all going through the same thing. And have faith, and you will be able to get through this, and look for that unforeseen positive outcome. Okay, take care, and bye-bye.